Ah, jeez. Alright. Oh! Okay, well, I can fill some water. Let's go get some breakfast. Caffeinate. See, we don't want that. Potted meat. You think that's good? This. Scroll on a stick. Alright, let's go.
Here to find a new way to ruin my life?
I could. Let's go buy some meat from that lady down the street and cook it on the road, I guess, because we got to get there before nightfall.
Let's see what you have.
Brahmin's fresh. Everything else, you're on your own.
Well, obviously, we got to buy the Brahmin. Where's the damn thing I can cook on? Oh, here it is. Just so that no one steals it. Alright. Gonna have our little breakfast and we'll be on our way. This. Ugh. Oh, that's all it took? Alright, here we go. You gotta take the keys out of the ignition, otherwise I'm guessing some jackass will hop in this machine of death and that'll be all she wrote. Alright, let's get on the road.
How about I hammer you in the heart with a haymaker?
Hey, who wants to
What the hell's with everybody here? We walk along this ridge. We may run into one or two. There we go. Who's that? Help out here.
Good.
Statue. I thought it was a real person. Oh, they're sitting me on this bridge sometimes. He's, oh, it's suicider. Not anymore. Nah, my memory gets a little foggy around here. But I know near that building the Gunners and the Super Mutants are having themselves a little bit of a spat. This is a raider compound right here. I do not want to see what the legendaries are dishing out in this difficulty. Oh, feral dogs. I don't want to get bit. Let's just save the ammo. Or save the health. I've never heard her do that laugh. I think we cross here, and then we just head right. This will take us over by the bank, where that ship used to be. Sometimes there's raiders over there, and definitely near. Oh, crap! So we're near one of our camps right now, and probably about 2/3 of the way. Oh shoot. Okay, so those radar dishes are bad news. If we stick up to the left, though, we might make it to a nearby farm. What is that? There's a T-60 in there.
Nakano residence.
Look at that. T-51. That's a nice helmet in that thing. Woo-wee. To mark this, come back and get it. So we're just about there. Midday too, nice. Alright, so we're practically at the beach. I gotta find a way to get these rocks right here. It should be a straight shot there. Unless we gotta take this stupid bridge. Are we just about there yet? It's getting foggy as shit. I think I see a ridge. Is that it? Oh, did we take the wrong way to get here? Oh, he's got a nice little summer house here.
Damn it! Come in! I know you're listening on the other end. Where is she? Where is my daughter?
Kenji, please. You've been at this for hours. Stop. You need sleep.
She's out there, Ray. Someone has her. They could be raiders, or gunners, or God knows what else.
I hope you don't mind. We let ourselves in.
Nick, thank God. You need to get to work right away. She could be
coming in? Where the hell
she
you
could
going?
be.
Whoa, slow down. Kenji, was it? Why did you go over the details with me and my partner here?
You brought a partner? Good. The more eyes, the better.
So, what's the story with you and Nick?
Nick didn't tell you? Ran with him on one of his cases a few years back, searching for some sort of lost heirloom. He needed a boat. Things didn't end well. We were double-crossed by the client once we had what he was looking for. I still have some lead lodged into my hip.
Right. Yeah, it's starting to come back to me. Sorry things ended sour.
We got out. That's all that mattered. And now you can return the favor by finding my daughter.
We're here to help. Tell us what happened.
It's all thanks to this damn radio.
Our daughter Kasumi likes to fix things. The radio was her latest project.
Until she made contact with some kidnapper who lured her away from us.
Or maybe she left on her own. She's not a child anymore. Our daughter is 19. She knows how to survive, and she's capable. I think maybe she left because she wanted her own life.
No, she would have told us where she was going. She would have said something. I know my daughter is in danger. I can feel it. Find her, please.
Let's talk money. Investigations for the missing aren't cheap.
Sorry about this, Kenji. Expenses and all that.
Of course. How does 350 caps sound?
It was 240 for a freaking iguana steak. No way.
If she went far, that means travel expenses.
We could make it 400.
We're getting there.
Don't hold out on me. You want to find your daughter, right?
500 caps. That's all we have.
We'll find her. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Her room is upstairs if that helps. And if you had any more questions about her, just ask.
Don't worry, Kenji. We'll get to the bottom of this. Just sit tight.
Alright, let's question them further.
Mr. Nakano,
Did you have questions? About my daughter?
why did your daughter really leave? Your wife said she left on her own, but you said it was kidnappers?
I know it was kidnappers. Kasumi is a smart girl, but she doesn't know how horrible people can be. Not like me and Rei. Why would she just leave her family with no explanation? Someone tricked her, got her to leave the safety of home. Every minute we aren't looking for my daughter, her life is in jeopardy.
That's a good show. She's alright.
Tell me more about this radio she was fixing.
I've tried to get that damn thing to work over and over again, but there's nothing. I thought she just wanted to strip it for parts or build a toaster out of it, or something, like she usually does. Someone made contact with her, and then they took her. God, what kind of twisted psychopath has my daughter?
Anything more you could tell me about Kasumi? The smallest detail could be important.
I don't know what more to say. She's my little girl, and she doesn't know how dangerous this world is. I never should have let her grandfather teach her how to fix these machines.
Her grandfather? He taught her how to fix the radio?
Ever since she was old enough to walk, yes. Her grandfather had an ear for machines. Kasumi picked up the knack. He passed away recently. He used to scavenge the ruins in the south for parts. I kept telling him he was getting too old.
No more questions right now.
Work quickly, Detective.
Alright.
Mrs. Nakano,
I suppose you have questions about my daughter.
you and your husband don't seem to agree about why your daughter left.
We both want to find her. The world out there isn't a place where you want to be alone. But Kenji still sees her swaddled in diapers. He doesn't see a young woman with her own decisions to make. Maybe because it's more frightening. She wasn't tricked into leaving without telling us. That was her choice. She didn't want us to follow. Why?
Tell me about this radio your daughter was working on.
I remember Kasumi was very excited about it. I figured she was secretly trying to make contact with Diamond City or another settlement. We're pretty isolated out here. She only has us for company, and Kenji can be overprotective.
I'd like to know more about Kasumi. Might shine a light on where she's gone.
My daughter is strong, focused, careful. That's how I know she's still alive. But why would she leave without telling us? maybe we... No, never mind. I don't want to waste your time.
Every detail is important, Mrs. Nakano. Don't hold back.
It's just that we've been fighting a lot more. All of us. Ever since Kasumi's grandfather passed away. He was the only one that could really talk to her. Kenji and I don't understand machines, but those two could work together for hours. She started staying in her grandfather's boathouse late into the night. I thought she was just trying to cope with the loss, but now I wonder what she was up to.
All right.
Nothing else right now.
Let's go check out her room. He said upstairs, right? There we go.
Looks like this is Kasumi's room. Let's see if she left any clues about where she went.
All right, ghost of Nick in my brain.
Project log? Radio. Correction? Working radio. I'll finally get some news outside this house. My handle is going to be... let's go with... Ohm's Law. That should confuse the creeps. And if someone actually gets the reference, then we'll at least have circuitry in common.
Oh, look at that.
Project log, dreams. Recording what I can remember when I wake up. I keep having the same one. I'm in a white room. People are talking about me like I'm not there, or maybe they just don't care. And then there's this, I don't know, jolt, like a spark of electricity to the back of my head, and then everyone turns to look at me. God, I hope I don't have it again tonight.
I don't want to say it, but that maybe she's a synth. Ooh, what's this?
Project log, lamp. Yep, it's a lamp. Filament plus power equals light. I swear, sometimes I think my parents break these things just to keep me busy.
Alright, I'm gonna trust that was everything here. Let's take a look at that ham radio before we go outside in the boathouse.
Nothing but static.
Figures whoever Kasumi was talking to wouldn't be taking calls once she took off. Maybe there's something else that can help us.
Examine. It's a lovely cared for picture of the lighthouse. It seems to be out of place here. You find a key hidden within the frame.
A hidden key, huh? Good work. Gotta find whatever it unlocks.
My goodness, what wasn't she working on? What's this? My dear Kasumi, if you ever get locked out of the safe, then the answer is here in the boathouse. Picture where the key is. Love, Granddad. Very clever. I could have cracked this thing in my sleep, but oh well. Here we go.
Project log? Myself. I never really thought about who or what I am, but... God. Where do I start? The radio. I was right about the range. I managed to get a signal, a strong signal, from up north. There's a group of people up there. They say they're all synths. Synthetic people. Made by the Institute. They are trying to build a place for their kind.
Let's take
where
a listen to that
they can be
holotape.
themselves and be accepted for what they are alongside human beings. It sounds wonderful, but then they started asking about me, and some questions came up. Questions I don't have answers to. I mean, I've always felt off, like I'm not really supposed to be here, but then there are things in my childhood I can't remember, and I've been having strange dreams. I'm going to go to meet these synths. I have to know the truth about myself. They've told me to sail up north to a town called Far Harbor. I can make my way to them from there.
Alright, let's go talk to him.
Have you finished your investigation? Did you find anything?
I need to ask you an important question. Are you sure your daughter's human?
What kind of question is that? Why are you asking?
Your daughter made contact with a group of synths. She thinks she's one of them.
What? That's crazy.
She's not a synth. She's our daughter. We raised her. I gave birth to her. She's flesh and blood, not a synthetic.
Are you sure she's human, Mrs. Nakano?
Yes, I know my daughter, and she hasn't changed. She's not some replacement.
This is what I was afraid of. Someone twisting my daughter's mind. Did you find where Kasumi went, Detective?
I think Kasumi took off somewhere up north. Do you know what's up there?
Where specifically? I've been up the coast, almost to where the waters start to freeze, but that's a lot of miles.
I think I know where Kasumi went. A place called Far Harbor?
She went that far up north? God, that explains why she took the boat. You have to go after her. Please, take my other ship on the dock outside. My father's design. It has a guidance system, and it is built for distance.
What can I expect out there, Kenji?
I only made the trip to Far Harbor once, when I was a boy. All I remember is that my father did not want to stay long. Something about the air being bad.
I'll get to the bottom of this, Kenji.
Thank you. And here, the payment we discussed. I'll have something more when Kasumi is safely back home.
I know it'll be hard waiting for word, but try to carry on like normal. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Fine, Kasumi. Please.
Okay, well, we got an option to tell the different factions about the synth refugees. I think we'll hold that close to our chest until we figure out more about what's going on. In the end, I'll probably just tell the railroad they seem to be the most ambitious about helping people. But in the meantime, we gotta find somewhere to crash because it's getting late. It's the boat. Hopefully the boat has a bed or a sleeping bag on it. It does. Oh, a kitty cat! Hello, kitty cat! Why are you in the bird poop? Get out of the bird poop. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to sail to Far Harbor and try to crash when we get there. Time to head to Far Harbor.